In 2015, a hood classic was released, a movie called Straight Outta Compton. It was a story about NWA, Ice Cube, Eazy-E, and Dr. Dre, how they became a group and became some of the biggest moguls, not only in rap culture, but just in the world in general. Now, there was one quote in that film that I've used every day of my life. It was a scene after NWA had performed their first live event, and they went backstage and they met a guy named Suge Knight. Now, he used to be the boogeyman back in the 90s against whenever it was the West Coast, East Coast beef with Tupac and Biggie. Turns out the real boogeyman was a guy by the name of P. Diddy, but I digress, trust me. So at this point, Suge Knight offered his services to be protection or bodyguard because they was rising up the ranks. Eazy-E declined and said, hey, we don't need any security. And Suge Knight said these words, you never know
what you need until you need it.
You drive a car, whether it's gas or electric, each and every day. You pass a gas station or a charge station. When that gas tank is full or when that gas tank is on medium, it is basically invisible. You don't even look at it. You don't notice it. You just driving about your business. But as soon as that battery stays low, as soon as that gas light comes on, you know every single gas station within the area. That is the definition of you never know what you need until you need it. Or if you've been friends with a girl or a guy for many, many years, or y'all been work friends and you have never crossed a second thought about this person in a sexual or intimate way. Y'all are literally just friends. Y'all laugh, you hang out. There's nothing else in there.
Are we friends though?
You're right.
The second those wires gets crossed, y'all stare at each other too long. One person goes to grab something, your hand is on top of there. But the second those lines are crossed, you can never go back. It was right in front of your eyes the entire time. That is the definition of you never know what you need until you need it. And when I say this, I'm speaking from experience. I worked at a car dealership for many, many, many years. And my now wife, she was the receptionist there. We worked together for a full year. Hi, good morning, laugh here and there. She had her own thing going on. I had my own thing going on. We saw each other every day, 5 days a week for 9 to 10 hours a day. Never in my life it crossed my mind that this could be the person that I spend the rest of my life with. Until one day she came in all dressed up on a Friday with the jeans on, the hair done. My heart was broken. I was just getting out of something terrible. She was in the midst of something terrible. And just one day we passed each other in the hallway. And that shit hit me faster than me riding Torrid through the Forbidden Lands, and Black Blade Kendrick swooped in, tried to take my head off before I made it to that lift. It was like, oh my God. And from that moment there, I did not know what I needed until I needed it. And 10 years later, I cannot even process the thought of not having her or now our 2 boys in my life. So what correlation does this have to do with a video game? What correlation does this have to do with Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree, DLC? In the words of Pastor Thanos.
Everything.
This way you're gonna cue the trailer. Dun, dun.
So much power in the hands of one tarnished, growing in strength with every triumph, who crossed the fog to the lands between to stand before the Elden Ring and become the Elden Lord.
So at this point, sitting here in 2024, there are thousands, and I mean thousands of Elden Ring videos, Elden Ring essays, Elden Ring reviews, previews, masterpieces, why I hate Elden Ring, gameplays, guides, mods, speedruns. There's over 18,000 search results for Elden Ring alone just on Google and YouTube. So I asked myself, what can I say sitting here today that you haven't already heard? If I'm being honest, probably nothing. But what I can say is something that has been said, but just not in the way I'm going to say it. Now, I want to talk directly to the casual gamers, like the casual person who opens YouTube maybe a few times a week, not on social media, not on Twitter. You still go in GameStop and buy physical discs. You still go in GameStop and ask employees their opinions on said game. You look at the back of a game still. I'm looking for that casual gamer, because that was me before I started this whole YouTube channel during COVID. I played maybe 1 to 4 games, Call of Duty, Madden, 2K, and I jumped in Mortal Kombat every now and then. The terms ARPG, QTE, RTS, turn-based was all simply alien to me. I just recently, within this last year and a half, learned what those terms mean just because I'm engulfed in the gaming culture now. But at that time, I didn't know the difference between third person and first person if you would have told me. I just knew Call of Duty. That's who I'm making this video for. All those Soulslike OGs that's watching these videos and you just watching for the vibe, all my freak party community, please take a seat at your nearest grace. Click down that D-pad, talk to Melania GJX, and sit back and watch this cutscene I'm about to give you. So many videos are going to be glazing Elden Ring and Shadow of the Erdtree DLC and trying to get you to play this game, trying to convince you that this game is a masterpiece and why you should play it, and all that is valid. However, this is one important thing that you need to understand if you're thinking about jumping into Elden Ring for the first time. You have to be ready to struggle mentally, emotionally, and hell, maybe even physically. It is a timing in your life that you need to be at right now to sit down and want to play this game and go through what you're about to go through initially. Because a Souls-like game is damn near a religious experience. Now you're looking at me right now, you're squinting, you're thinking, what is a Souls-like? Great question, because I didn't know what a Souls-like was until mid-2021 after I keep hearing people saying it once Elden Ring came out. I had to look it up. Souls-like games are a subgenre of an action role-playing game, RPG. They are known for being difficult and having a dark fantasy setting. They often feature challenging boss fights, unforgiving combat, and inhospitable environments like Chicago. Souls-like games also emphasize environmental storytelling and mechanics that are inspired by classic Japanese video games. The Demon Souls and Dark Souls series by From Software are considered the origin of Souls-like genre. So right now, if you're not in the space where you can spend countless amount of hours trying to defeat one boss in a video game, where you don't want to be irritated, you want to kick back and relax, then right now is not the time for you. It took me multiple years for me to finally download it for like the 5th time to really be ready mentally and physically and emotionally and everything you need to be in order to prepare to play one of these type of games. So that's where you need to be at before you can even start. Now, I do know there's some freaks out there that don't need all this deep metaphoric abstract analysis. You just go, oh, it's a video game, this is how you play it, okay, cool. And that's fine. You guys and gals are out there, but trust me, that is not the case for most of us. Now, I've had the pleasure of playing some of the greatest games of all times. The Zeldas, the Super Mario 64s, GoldenEye, God of Wars, Baldur's Gate 3, the day before. No, I'm joking.
Cause my name is Karikinchin.
Everyone has their list. Everyone has their opinion of what the greatest game of all time is, or what they feel the greatest game of all time is. As a person who hated this genre, who hated Elden Ring, who made I Hate Elden Ring videos in the past that's now unlisted because I didn't understand the concept of this type of game. From a super casual, super internet hater, when I say this, Elden Ring is the greatest video game of all time. I'm over 300 hours in on New Game Plus 3 on PlayStation 5. I've started a new playthrough on my PC, and still to this day, I am finding moments that make me gasp in this game. Off camera, middle of the night, by myself, just on torrent, on the horse, and I'll catch a view and I just go, what the fuck am I playing? I'm discovering new areas that I've never seen before. I've watched streamers like Noah J456, Dr. Disrespect, Andy Cortez from Kinda Funny. I mean, countless of creators over the years play this game over and over. Well over 100 hours of watching people play it. Not me playing, watching people play this game and knowing what's coming, knowing what boss battles are coming. And with that 100 hours watching, 300 hours playing, I am still finding places that make me go, what the fuck is this? Where am I at? This is the greatest video game ever created. And now we're going to get a DLC of another 30 to 100 hour game full of secrets that I and you are on the ground floor that I did not get to experience the first time around because I wasn't ready. The timing wasn't there. I didn't understand the concept of what the fuck this was. But now I know, and I'm here, and I'm really trying to embrace and enjoy this because we don't get these every day with all the live service bullshit, all the microtransaction, all the woke shit, all the anti-woke shit that's even worse than the woke shit. It is a fucking mess right now trying to get a good game, trying to get one of these type of games that actually performs well, looks well, holds up to the story, the fan base is enjoyed, that's not full of fucking DLC skins and battle pass across the board. We don't get this shit every day. It took them many years to create this masterpiece that we're playing, that we're about to play right now. So we have to enjoy this while we can. And I cannot wait to experience the amount of fucking secrets and peek that I'm about to find for myself this time. No YouTube, no TV, just me. And that wasn't even on my script. Should you buy the Elden Ring DLC? Yes, of course, but I tricked you. This is not a video about Shadow of the Erdtree DLC. This is a Miyazaki Dark Souls trap. Watch out for that ball. I tricked you into listening to my love letter to Elden Ring. That's what I did. And now you're here. So should you buy the DLC? Well, fucking right. You should have already pre-ordered. And I am not an advocate pre-ordering a video game in 2024. There's only 3 games that I could even consider doing that. One being From Software titles, another one being Santa Monica. Nope, never mind, 2. That's it. And it's only $40. The reviews are dropping soon, or whenever you watch this video, the reviews are. I cannot imagine that this is not game of the year for 2024. Now, what are the rules and regulations of a DLC winning game of the year? Jeff Keighley spoke and said it is absolutely possible if all the industry folks come together and say this is the game of the year, this is going to be the game of the year. It's going to be the first time ever, if I'm not mistaken, one video game has won 2 game of the year awards for the same fucking game, essentially. And this DLC is massive. It's going to be about 30 to 100 hours, 1,000,000%. Do not let them fool you. This $40 expansion is going to be better than all AAA $70 games is coming out this year. No matter how many times you die, because you're going to die, just know payoff at the end is euphoric. You feel invincible after you beat one of these bosses. Look at Casanat when he beat Melania. Look at this.
Hit her one time!
That is the feeling you get after you beat a Souls-like boss, in particular in a From Software game. So good luck. I bid you well. If this video helped you, please share it with other friends that's considering Elden Ring. This is a game. Elden Ring and Shadow of the Erdtree is an experience you need in your life, but only if it's time. Because you never know what you need until you need it. Don't you dare go hollow.
Be safe, friend. Don't you dare go hollow.